The Florist Who Painted Dreams. Good evening. Tonight's story is about the florist whose flowers weren't just beautiful, but they painted the dreams of everyone who received them. Tucked away on the quietest corner of a cobbled street stood a little flower shop called Moonlight Petals. It wasn't flashy, no neon sign, no music playing outside, but people from all over the city found their way there, often by accident, or so they thought. Inside, it smelled like lavender, rain-kissed leaves, and something else, something you couldn't name, but made your chest feel lighter. The florist is a soft-spoken woman with silver in her hair and stars in her eyes, and she never told anyone her name. People simply called her Madame Bloom. She didn't advertise. No website, no social media, but somehow she always knew exactly what flowers you needed. Not what you asked for, but what your heart was quietly whispering. A woman once came in, grieving a lost friend. She asked for lilies, but Madame Bloom gently handed her a bouquet of night jasmine and cornflowers. "These are for healing memories," she said softly. That night, the woman dreamt of sitting on a swing with her friend under the stars, laughing like they used to. When she woke up, her pillow smelled faintly of jasmine. Another time, a little boy wandered in, holding a crumpled drawing. "It's a flying flower," he said, "for my mama's birthday." Madame Bloom took one look and returned minutes later with a single bloom, white with gold tips, unlike anything found in any book. The boy's mother later said she dreamed of floating through the clouds in a balloon shaped like that very flower. She hadn't felt that free in years. No one ever saw where Madame Bloom got her flowers. There was no greenhouse, no delivery trucks, yet every bloom in her shop looked freshly kissed by morning dew. Some believed she grew them in secret, using old magic passed down from her ancestors. Others whispered she could hear people's dreams before they dreamed them, and the flowers simply grew to match. Whatever the truth, one thing was certain: her flowers did more than decorate a room. They made people feel things they'd forgotten: peace, joy, wonder, and closure. There was an old man who hadn't dreamed in over a decade. "Too many numbers in my head," he said, tapping his temple. Madame Bloom handed him a tiny potted plant, just a single stalk with a purple bloom that shimmered slightly in the light. "Place it by your bedside," she said. That night, he dreamed of being a young boy flying a kite on a beach, his feet sinking into warm sand. When he woke up, the air around him still smelled of salt and wind. The flowers never lasted long. By morning, most would wilt slightly, as if they had given all their magic away. Madame Bloom would smile and say, "That's how you know they worked." But then one day, the shop didn't open. The sign stayed flipped to close. No one knew where she had gone. People waited. Some left notes. Others left empty vases or single petals from their dream bouquets. Weeks passed. Then, one night, a glow returned to the windows. But when people entered, Madame Bloom wasn't there. Instead, the shop was filled with new blooms, each one more vibrant than the last. And on the counter sat a note in her looping script: "Dreams are seeds. Plant yours well. Bloom." From that night on, something strange happened across the city. People began seeing wildflowers in the most unexpected places, sprouting from sidewalk cracks, growing on rooftops, and climbing up lampposts. And those who stopped to smell them would dream that night, soft, safe, and impossible dreams that made the world feel just a little kinder. No one ever saw Madame Bloom again, but in the quietest corners of bookstores, bus stops, libraries, and cafes, you'd occasionally find a small pale envelope sealed with a petal. Inside, a tiny pressed flower and a simple message. Tonight, you remember what it feels like to hope, and they always did. Some say the dreams she gave were just illusions, a bit of magic tucked into petals and scents. But those who received them knew better, because sometimes the most powerful magic isn't in spells or stars. It's in being reminded of who we used to be and who we still can be. So tonight, if you find yourself thinking of a flower you've never seen before, blooming just for you, don't be surprised. It might be a gift from Madame Bloom. Good night from SlumberNest.